probably involved a couple of years now with the property stuff. Normally I need a lot more drinks to get up in front and start talking to people. But I suppose the way I got involved, my parents are migrants. They migrate, I'll probably a bit emotional, yeah.
That's okay, Mark.
My parents come, I suppose, didn't speak the language. They come from the former Yugoslavia, suitcase and 2 kids. My dad worked 3 jobs. There was night shift, day shift. They lived with a couple of families in the one house to get by. I was probably my dad's favourite because I was the youngest and the only boy child, so I got away with a lot. I suppose I had an easier life. But growing up, my dad worked very hard. Yes, he always wanted to buy property, so he bought the 2 houses down, right? Like in my Greek wedding, that sort of thing. But again, worked hard, paid that off, and that was when the interest rates were around like 19, 20%, you know. And he always told me to work hard and, you know, try to buy property, but I didn't like working, so I tried to, well, the thing is too, when he retired, he was ready to retire, he passed away, died of cancer, so yeah, then I thought, well, why should I work so hard to not appreciate and not get what you've worked for. So I suppose what I've learned over just growing up is be good at what you're good at, and then all the other stuff that you're not, don't worry about, pay people to do that. So that's where I suppose I got the real wealth involved. Also, just to give you a background in my life too, I started off as a fitter and turner, and then I got married. We were looking at purchasing a property. Actually, I purchased my first property at 22 because I was living at home. My parents said, well, and I was playing soccer at the time as well, so I was earning a good income playing soccer as well as working. But then my dad saw I was spending some money and he goes, mate, you better start buy a house, otherwise you're going to start paying rent or get out. So I bought a house, had a heart attack because I lost all my money in my deposit, but that's probably the best thing I ever done. But I suppose the best thing was that I got in the market, but you know, learning, I suppose what I've learned now through real wealth, the little tricks, you know, I've definitely got a lot more efficient at it. But anyway, I got married, and then as I just got married, you know, where I was working, I was looking at redundancies, and they said, mate, you lose your job, and I thought, what the hell, I just got married, I got settled, got a house, got this, got that, and then that's when sort of I had a reality check, and then I said, mate, I don't want to be dependent on anyone or the government for handouts or you know. So I thought, well, I'm going to start. I want to work for myself. I want to. If things happen, it's because I've created it. So then I went back to school and I got educated. I suppose while I was playing soccer, I was dating my wife who was studying chiropractic, and what I learned about the human body, how to function, become more efficient. So I was able to go from the lower leagues to the higher leagues and you know, get good money playing. But was able to win championships, was able to get good individual accolades. But it's the same as I suppose the real wealth process, and this is what I implement. I implement my, I suppose, soccer stuff, sports stuff, to life in general, because it's all the same thing, you're just implementing it in different areas. It's all that due diligence, it's all the little 1%ers that make the good outcome, but you need to put those processes in place. So then, you know, purchasing the property, and then I was looking at an investment property, purchased one off the plan. One actually was just built, it was brand new, it was early 2000, and then kids come along, so then that was a process. So then I went back to school and I become a chiropractor myself. So I went backwards to go forwards, but at the time I was, I suppose, working, school, playing soccer, and it was hard. So I used to study at between 10 and 12 at night. But again, then I opened my business straight from, you know, people said, oh, you're stupid, you shouldn't do it, but I just opened it, I just jumped in. Then the dilemma was I was earning a lot of cash, right, but I wasn't declaring it, and then it was hard to get a bank loan. I was looking at a bigger house, kids come along. I've got 3 girls. 2 of the elder girls were in the one room. It was just a nightmare, mate. It was just, so I had to get a bigger house. And then I went to the bank and I said, look, I want to build a house. And it was very hard getting money. And I was like, what do you mean? I've been in business for so long, my wife's been in business for so long. But again, we didn't I suppose, on paper, we weren't playing the game. So once Real Wealth come on board, or I come on board, and it was just knowing all the little tricks to play the game. So then I had to start paying tax. That was the hardest bit. So, I started having to declare things. But the thing is too, budgeting. I never had to budget because my money would come in. I had cash. I'd just spend it like that. We lived a good life, yeah. But then I sort of sat back and I thought, well, wait a minute. I'm doing this. I'm working hard. So it's not like I wasn't working. I was working long hours, getting good pay, but I had nothing to show for it. And then so I thought, well, I don't want to be relying on my pension. I don't want to be relying on the government. I don't want to be relying on anyone to tell me when to retire, what to do, or how to do. So that's when I got involved and wanting to know why. And then I thought, why the hell are people purchasing these properties without any money and stuff like that? So definitely having a good, Dave's come along and helped us heaps because, I'll give you an example. The ANZ, I've been banking with for 25 years, couldn't give me a bank loan. I said, well, what are you talking about? They got my credit card, they've seen my banking, they've seen my wife's banking, and they didn't want to give us money. So that's why, again, I didn't want to rely on banks because I don't want to go to a bank when I've got money, right? It's when I don't need money, it's when, to need help. So that's why I got upset with it. I said, nah, I want to be, again, in charge of my own destiny. So, that was definitely, with the help and guidance, it's definitely beneficial. So obviously we had to do a budget, and I thought, again, I thought, too busy, can't bother, But when you actually do it, sit down, at highlights, and you find there's a lot of leaks in the bucket. So it's probably a good thing to do. And then once we got the budget down, was able to work out our borrowing capacity. I'm pretty easy going. I'm more, I'll do it, step in, then we'll figure out what happens, whatever. But my wife's the complete opposite. So she's one that obviously, a lot of caution, don't do this, don't do that. So give an example, I'll be driving down the road, it'll be 100 metres before I have to brake, and she's already like that. So I had a heart attack, she's like, look out, watch out. I said, wait a minute, I'm still coming to the intersection. So, but again,
I know that, I remember.
So I suppose, it was just trying to get her on board as well, because again, we both worked hard and we want to enjoy our life and we want to work because we want to work, not because we want to have to work. So once we were able to, I could start showing I suppose the banks that I'm earning some money. So I took a few tax returns and it was hard paying tax, and that was because I never budgeted for it. I've been in business for so many years and I paid minimal, and I was, I suppose, lucky to get away with that. And then, so coming back to purchase property, and we're talking about the systems and what we're learning here. And what I mentioned earlier, that I've purchased 2 properties in another state. Talk 5 years ago, or 3-4 years ago, I never would have thought of it. I was always buying the next suburb, or I know where I know, but realistically, it's already blown out. It's too expensive, and what my plan was, or my I couldn't afford that. So again, I earned a fair bit of money, but I had to show the bank that I had to earn. So I definitely needed some positive, cash flow or neutral, and so I looked at an area. The reason I was, I suppose, confident. I didn't get emotional with the property. I haven't even seen them. I've never been there. But the numbers stack up, right? I'd done my research, I knew the area, I did the due diligence, I knew there was, infrastructure was there, whatever, everything was covered. I had, agents going, and they're all telling me the same story. Yeah, would you purchase this property? Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's all neat, it's good. There's nothing wrong with the building inspectors. There's this, there's that, but it's a good property. Overall, structurally, so again, who cares what it looks like? The numbers add up. So I purchased the property, and it was a 3-bedroom property. But the good thing about it, there was 2 rooms that were, these are the size of this, 2 metres by, I think, 1.8. But guess what? They had bunks and they had a desk underneath in both. So I made them 2 bedrooms each. So now I made it a 5-bedroom house, and it's close to universities. So the reason I was confident in this property as well, 2 universities. The government's looking at spending $30 million, I think, on one of the universities. There's a football field, there's rivers, there's your McDonald's, your Bunnings, a race course. So again, who cares what the property looks like? It suits me well. And then, so purchasing it at a certain price, I got 1 bedroom I rented out for I think $140, another one $130, another one $20, 110, and 2 for $110. So that was definitely what I after. So ticked all the boxes. And then I suppose the second property that I was looked at purchasing, I knew the area, I knew as well. And then again, I thought, oh, okay, look at just what's on the market in the area. And then there was another house a couple of streets down. I've already done my due diligence. I know it's all a pretty good area. So I went and approached that agent and I said, look, it's already under negotiation. And I think it was actually someone from Real Wealth that were already looking at it. So I thought, oh mate, they're onto me, mate. Same area. But the agent goes, oh, well, we've got another property which is here, have a look at it. Yeah. So I already knew what the meeting house price range. So again, didn't even have to look at the building. The meeting house price at that time is $250. I was able to negotiate 234, and I put in the first offer at 234. So haven't looked at it, hasn't been advertised. The agent said, I've just got this person, and I said, I'll give you 234, but I was happy to pay 250. And then conditions, with the building report and finance. So the building report come back that one of the floors were a bit like there's a hole in it, so I've gone back and so I said, well, there's a hole in the floor, it's going to cost me, the bloke said $500 or I can't even remember. So I said, well, it's going to cost me $3,000 to fix. I want to take that off the price. And then she's like, the agent's going, well, no, we don't normally do this. The way we sort of do it, if it's $5,000 or more, you can walk away from the deal. If it's less, you bear the brunt of it. And I said, no, I want to renegotiate. She goes, oh, like I said, we don't normally do this. I said, well, I don't care. I was confident, and again, what I've learned from, I suppose, the Real Wealth Group is just having that knowledge and knowing what the property's like. The agents can't talk crap to you, and dollars off the price. I don't normally do this. I said, well, that's what I'm offering. And then half hour later, guess what? All right, we'll take we'll go be halfway. And I said, look, all right, I'm happy with that. So I got $1,500 off the price that I was negotiating. Now I've just got tenants in there. I had to repaint it and do some more flooring, so it cost another $9,000 to do that. So I'm still under my $250, so still happy. So that's where I'm at the moment. But the properties that I've got, I can develop. So I've looked at getting a unit on the back of one, which is in the process of, and the recent purchase that I've done was looking at knocking it down and putting 3 units there at that price as well. At the end of the day, it costs the same to build, whether it's, say, Toorak, whether it's West Meadows, whether it's whatever, but it's just the price of the land, that's the dilemma. So I always had I always wanted to develop stuff and property, and that's my starting point. Ideally, I'd like to have a complex of whatever it is, a whole couple of blocks and put a whole bunch of units and stuff on it, but you've got to start somewhere. And I'm able to positive gear. And again, also, now, am I going to lose sleep? Because it's looking after itself, so I don't physically have to, come up with, money all the time. And the agents that I've got, also too, they furnish the place for me. They did all my running around, gold. So and I keep on top of them all the time. They chase quotes, they do it, it's like endless. But if I didn't have the group, I suppose doing the course and knowing the ins and outs, I would have no idea. So I'm a lot more confident in purchasing property and negotiating. Just recently, I was looking at purchasing a clinic, a building, commercial property. Now, these are a funny story there. I know nothing about commercial property, and I'm starting to learn the things about it. But the agent come across real arrogant, and I was a bit naive because I didn't know anything. So then I rang Mayo. I said, I'm looking at commercial properties. I can probably put 8 rooms. I can lease out a certain price. If I can get it, it'd be great. And then she just flipped me an article, with the recent commercial trends. And the funny thing, so then I rang back the agent, and I was actually reading through the paragraphs, just certain points, saying why it's worth this much, you know. And then he sort of changed his tone, because I thought, wait a minute, this bloke knows what he's talking about, but I had no idea. So, but it was the bluff and coming across. So then again, he changed his tone a bit, which was good. And then you're talking the talk with them, and then you can justify it. What I've learned, you know, having the knowledge to negotiate, and where they can't pull the wool over your eyes, and you actually tell them. And a lot of times, and this agent was, I suppose, I learned a lot from the negotiating as well, because he was very arrogant, and he used to just rub me up the wrong way, because he used to just start the conversation of, just to crack more backs. And I said, mate, it's chiropractors, we don't crack backs. We're cracking backs, we wouldn't be in business. But he would just say that and just rev me up. So yeah, dealing with him, I suppose, again, I had to take that emotional thing off it and just look at the numbers. And then he's looking at, the way I try to set up the deal was, that I wanted to lease the place first for 3 years and then purchase it. But I was happy to, because I asked him, what do you want for the price? He said this price. I said, I'll give it to you, but these are the conditions that I want. I want 3 years of rent this much, lower than what it's worth. That way I can rent the rooms out, produce an income, and then I don't have to worry about selling any of my other properties. So then I could, purchase this in 3 years. Another thing too, I got another property. I bought an apartment. Again, I was looking at cash flow, looking at just getting some equity. I purchased an apartment in 2001, and I didn't do anything to it till probably about 2 years ago. I think coming on the real wealth again, learning how to increase the value of property and getting some equity, because again I didn't have that money or deposit. So I spent $15,000 just renovating a 2-bedroom apartment. So I was getting $480, and then because I got an apartment in Richmond, but at the time when I first purchased it, was when the IKEA was just being built. So there weren't many. Well, there was some around, but now in that area it's just flooded. But the size of my unit is a bit bigger than not, but it was just run down. So they gave me a comparison. The agent said, look, it's worth $480 a week, $470. So I spent $15,000 just painting it, doing up, putting new floors, and then was able to increase my equity for $80,000, and now I get $610 in rent.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. But then with that release of equity, I was able to purchase those other properties. So again, little tricks like that, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, and that's why I suppose this is what I've learned with the soccer too. Just when being part of a team, you've got to have the team around you. Yes, I was good at my position, but am I as good as the others without them? No chance. So again, you need all the other people around you to support, which is second to none. So like now, anytime that I've got questions or problems or that I'm thinking about, I've got the mentors there to help it and hold your hand and tie it along, so it's easy as. And I brought my daughter along to, again, just to get her educated, so then she can go through that process. And just the passion, Helen, the way you're passionate about property, I'm passionate about health and well-being, and what you are to the patrons here, I am to my patients as well. So, and again, incorporating your team. I also own a CrossFit gym as well. I'm a part owner of it. I love fitness. But the way we get people who work for us, our coaches, our members as well, because they know what it's about. They've been there, they've done that, and they've also come along the journey. And it's all about a journey. It's all about living, about learning. Yes, you make mistakes, but having the network around you to support and get you out of those, again, it's gold, and it's going to save you a lot of time and effort and money in the long run, rather than trying to do it all alone.
Awesome. So just to be clear, Michael, how many properties do you have?
I've got my property. I've got an apartment and 2 properties in Tasmania, which I'm looking at developing and putting 3 on one. I've got permits to put a 4-bedroom unit on the back, but in Tasmania, they're still a bit. No one, anyone from Tasmania here? They're a little bit backwards, yeah. So you know, there's probably nearly, like what I was looking at. There's nearly another $80,000 just on extra stuff through, you know, upgrading a lot of stuff there. So yeah, I suppose it was probably like the 80s and 90s around here with certain room. You need so much distance, so much shadow, so much, a lot of rules and a lot of red tape. Yeah, but again, I'm happy to hold the property till, you know, I can hold it for another 10, 20, whatever years, and once that changes, you know, I've got 800 square metres there. You know, you try to go 800 square metres around here somewhere, yeah, it's a lot of money. And I've got another property that's, you know, just 750 squares around the corner, same street. So, yeah, worst case scenario, I hold them. It's cost me nothing to hold it, so.
Awesome. So, Michael, what was the time frame in which you've acquired those properties? Just to give people an idea of...
So I suppose once I got my finance organised, that was the hardest bit. I suppose that was the longest because I had to get tax returns, and that was a dilemma. My mattress got empty. My pockets weren't good. But not even 2 years. I had two or so years, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second property that I bought, I wasn't even looking, but I thought I wasn't fast, but it just come along and deal. I said, mate, can't go wrong. So I just purchased it for the sake of purchasing it, and knowing I can have, which is cost me nothing to hold. And again, I know I can increase, you know, value to it. And just giving it a paint job and stuff, mate, it looks heaps better. I don't even want to knock it down now, so. And yeah, all of what, $9,000. Might need a new kitchen. Would I live in it? No chance. But someone's paying me $360 a week to rent it a week. They can do that.
So how many of you in the room would like 3 properties in 2 years? Yeah, that's not bad, is it? That's pretty damn good. Especially coming from a position where you were living in a cash environment to then having to pay tax. To switch that around is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so for some of you in this room, you'll need to actually shift the way you spend money, manage money.
That's a big thing too. You know, also just, I suppose all my life growing up, I always wanted to own a Porsche or Ferrari, and I wanted to work. Guess what? I bought the Porsche, right? But it's a liability, mate. Yeah. I love speeding. Yeah. And coming into my estate where I live, guess what? There's a good hairpin in the corner, so I can, you know, from the standing start, I can reach 120 k's in the space of, you know, but not good for the tyres, yeah? But tyres cost me $2 grand every time I had to replace it, you know, so I've gone through 4 sets, yeah? As a service to the Porsche, minimum $1,000, but they go, one time I had to change my brakes. They said, yeah, all right, change the brakes. I said, how much? Oh, I've got to change the disc as well as the disc. So there's 4,200. So, yeah, again, guess what? I got rid of the Porsche, even though I loved it, but, yeah, again, it's not feasible. That money that I was putting in towards it, yes, I put it through the company paid for it, but you know, they can go towards another deposit. Yeah. So again, changing your mindset, but it was something that I you know, that pushed me to achieve to get to that level. And once I got it, been there, done that, now I can sort of move on to the next project, mate. So I suppose changing your goals, circumstances change, and again, what you want to achieve. You know, I wanted to buy a property. I want to get, you know. I suppose I'd retire a lot sooner, and you know, there's certain things that you suppose you've got to give up, but you still want to live your life. So don't get me wrong, I still live pretty comfortably.